Oh, someone just said a minute ago, moving right along now, Mod World's going to take a look at England.
Tip, carry on and all that sort of rot.
You know, we used to belong to England a long time ago. Oh, sure. We left England just to escape one thing.
The Beatles?
Excessive taxation.
Well, I got news. It didn't work.
And we owe England a whole lot, you know. We have a big debt to England.
What?
Well, some of the world's greatest literature, for instance, came from England.
Name one.
Well, Romeo and Juliet.
Aha, that's two.
But it's just one story about the classic lovers, you know, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I know. I played the leading part in my high school play.
You played Romeo?
No, I played Black Bart.
There's no Black Bart and Romeo and Juliet.
There wasn't ours. We made a Western out of it.
Well, I don't think I want to hear about it.
The horse's name was Romeo.
Yeah, I know I don't.
I used to go out in the prairie and look for him.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
Just
any
yell,
of this.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
That's the way you called the horse.
Sure.
Huh? Yeah, well, that's not a love story.
It is, too. He ran off with a lady horse.
You mean Philly?
Oh, Philly, Detroit, Cleveland, I don't remember. Never did find him.
He wrote comedies, too, you know.
Name one.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
That was a comedy?
Oh, that was a great comedy.
Yeah? Tell me a joke from it.
Well, it wasn't that kind of comedy.
What do you mean?
No.
How can you have a comedy without a joke?
Oh, well, you don't understand. This is a...
I repeat the question. How can you have a comedy without jokes?
Well, do you remember when we first started working together?
I withdraw the question.
All right. Dickens was another.
Another what?
Another great writer. Remember Tiny Tim?
You're not going to bring back Tiny Tim.
No, not that. The classic Christmas story, the Christmas Carol, you know, with Ebenezer Scrooge and Jacob Marley and the Spirits of Christmas, Bah Humbug. You remember?
I saw the movie.
You should have read the book, boy.
Oh, it was too dark in the movie to read the book.
I suppose so. Of course, England produced many great men other than writers.
Well, I suppose so.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Yeah?
You remember him?
What?
Sir Walter Raleigh.
I remember. He was the one that spread
I didn't
his...
think you were going to remember.
No. What? Are you serious?
Yeah, always.
Well, he was the one that spread his cape over a big mud puddle for the Queen.
Oh, golly, you're just a mass of history facts, aren't you?
I remember.
He's actually more famous for having been the guy that introduced tobacco to England.
I didn't know
Sure,
that.
of course, they didn't smoke tobacco the way we do. You know, they grind it all up and put it in a little, they call it snuff, put it in a little box, and then they'd take a pinch between their thumb and their index finger like this, and then they'd place it up their nostril and sniff, like that.
They'd what?
You heard me.
They'd take a handful of tobacco, shove it up their nose, and sniff?
That's right.
Well, no wonder they drive on the wrong side of the street.
Oh,
You shove a cigarette up your nose, you'll drive on the sidewalk. You'll go right through a liquor store.
all right. So, with that in mind, let's take a playful look at England.
Well, let's make this one last stop, pop in there and say howdy to the Queen, and then back home in the good old U.S. of A.
Now, you remember, Claude, even if she asks, we can't stay for dinner, because then we'll have to have them over.
Oh, yeah.
Get the bell.
Nice ring to it.
Oh.
Hey, is his or her highness a home?
Prince Philip is in the counting house, counting out her money. The Queen is in the parlor, eating bread and honey.
Whoa. Isn't he cute, Claude?
Claire and I are from Long Beach.
You have my deepest sympathy, sir.
No, you don't understand. That's where we got the Queen Mary.
And we just thought we might drop in and see her sister.
Claude, see your sister?
I'm frightfully sorry, sir, but nobody drops in on the Queen unannounced.
Now, look, boy, we're doing this on our own. She's not even on the tour.
Claude, we didn't even have this much trouble getting in to see the Pope.
I'm frightfully sorry. It really is out of the question.
Now, look, Buster, have you spent your whole life standing in this here doorway keeping folks out of this here place?
Heavens, no, sir. I was formerly maitre d' at the Dorchester. The hotel, sir.
Maitre d'. Oh. Here.
Thank you very much, sir. Table for two, down front, near Queen.